hockey fans. Well, we're going to start with the Western Conference this week just to mix things up. And there's an interesting thing I want to talk about in the Eastern Conference. But nevertheless, let's start with the Chicago Blackhawks, still number one. Won their last game 9-1-0 in their last 10, 43 points. St. Louis Blues, still second place. I haven't seen them play in a while now. They've won 4 games, are 7-2-1 in their last 10 with 42 points. And the Nashville Predators, they're not slowing down either, 7-3-0 in their last 10. They lost their last game, but they got 40 points. The Anaheim Ducks, 8-2-0, won their last 7 games. There's another team I haven't seen in a while. 47 points and 8-2-0 in their last 10. The Vancouver Canucks, they've lost their last 2. They're on a very long Eastern road trip. They probably can't wait to go home now. 5-4-1, 38 points. San Jose Sharks, 38 points equally. They're back in it. They've moved up 3 positions in the standings, 7-2-1 in their last 10, won their last 3 games. The Los Angeles Kings have been in 7th place now for 5 weeks in a row, 36 points, no change there, 4-4-2, lost their last 2 games. They're in the playoffs, but they're having the famous Stanley Cup hangover. Winnipeg Jets lost their last game, 5-2-3. And here's the surprise to me is the Calgary Flames, who were playing so well at the beginning of the year, dropped 3 positions, 36 points, 4-6-0, lost their last 5 games. That's not good. Minnesota Wild won their last game, 5-4-1. Dallas Stars won their last game, 5-4-1 equally. And the Colorado Avalanche, 4-4-2, still struggling, lost their last game. The Arizona Coyotes came down to earth, and there's questions on their new ownership still. Nothing's been answered, and nothing's been signed yet. 2-6-2, lost their last 5 games. Edmonton Oilers lost their last 4, just watched them lose against New York. They're just not playing well. 1-6-3 in their last 10. It's not looking good in Edmonton. Okay, like I said, I wanted to go straight to the West. I wanted to do the Eastern Conference second. The weird thing here is if you look at the Columbus Blue Jackets at the bottom, they've won their last 6 games. They're 6-4-0, but only have 26 points and haven't moved in the standings at all. They're still in 14th place despite all that winning. And the Carolina Hurricanes, they're at the other end. They've lost their last 5. Tampa Bay Lightning, 6-3-1. They're still in first place. They lost their last game. The Detroit Red Wings, 6-2-2, lost their last game. 41 points for those 2. Montreal Canadiens, they've won 2 finally. They were on a little losing streak there. They got 40 points. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. The Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby has the mumps. They're 6-2-2, lost their last game with 42 points. And this is a team that's lost a lot of players here. And they're still winning. The New York Islanders won their last game, 6-4-0. Washington Capitals are back in the playoffs, or are still in the playoffs. They haven't moved. They're still in 6th place with 33 points at 5-3-2. And look at that, 40 points for the Islanders, 33 for the Capitals. That division is so pathetic sometimes. Toronto Maple Leafs won again tonight. I watched it. Won 5 in a row now, or 8-1-1. So that's going to make a lot of people happy, especially the salary cap people. Toronto playing in the playoffs is going to make the National Hockey League a ton of money. The New York Rangers, they jumped up 3 positions, are back in the playoffs with a 7-3-0. They've won their last 3. Florida Panthers, they're just out of the playoffs. They're actually tied with New York and Boston with 32 points. They're 5-3-2, although they've lost their last game. No change in the standings there. Boston Bruins, they've tumbled down out of the playoffs. They dropped 2 spots, and they are 3-5-2, lost 2. They did not look good against Ottawa. They've just lost too many players here. The Ottawa Senators, 29 points. They won their last game barely. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10, not good. And the Philadelphia Flyers, 3-4-3, won their last two. They jumped up a spot with 27 points. And the New Jersey Devils, equal with 27 points. They've dropped down a spot with a record of 2-6-1. And as I've said at the beginning of the video, the Columbus Blue Jackets have won 6, the Buffalo Sabres have won 3, and the Carolina Hurricanes have lost 5. So that's it on the standings. Some interesting stuff to talk about, but not much change until next week.